Hello, good morning. I'm sorry, I'm a couple minutes late because I'm out of practice. I thought I had hit the go live button, but I didn't. Oh my gosh, go figure. Here I am, though, on a Monday morning during my spring break, no less. But what better way to start a Monday morning than with a little bit of a digital clean sweep? I'll tell you what, when I first offered this 2 years ago, as we all, left our school buildings and started the lockdown for, COVID, of course, um, I thought, okay, we've got some downtime. We can really tackle this digital mess. But I had no idea how popular this was going to be. I get messages from people throughout the year asking if we can do it again. And, every time I see a message like that, I think, yeah, I really do need to do it again personally because my stuff, even though I have systems and strategies in place, it still ends up getting messy. But here we are. I decided, right now, about all the energy I can muster while teaching full time and all of the things that are, part of life, right? All of the family things and different volunteer things that we all commit ourselves to. I thought, okay, let's see if I can take 5 of the things that stare me in the face and drive me crazy, right, on a day-to-day basis, and deal with them one a day for 5 days. And then when I come back after spring break and we have that short little stint we got to get through to the end of the school year, I can maybe keep up with it and not have so much to do as we roll into the summer. So that's my personal goal. Not sure what your personal goals are for being here, but I welcome you to the mini clean sweep. And hey, if you're watching this live, great. Good morning. If not, catch the replay when it works for you. Those of you who have done this with me before know that one of the things I really want to emphasize is do not let this stress you out. The digital clutter is a thing that stresses me out. So cleaning it up a bit, kind of like de-stresses me. But if the act of trying to keep up with watching a video or following my steps and strategies or something is stressful for you, please walk away from it and do your own thing. That I never want to be a source of stress for anyone. I'm here to help. So keep it relaxed. All right. I also want you to know that I am using a system called StreamYard. And if you leave a comment on Facebook, I won't see it until I go back over to Facebook. So I'm in StreamYard right now. And I do see comments pop up. That's not true. I see comments pop up. I just don't always know who they belong to until I go over to Facebook and check it out. But if you enable StreamYard and allow it to see your name, then I will know who you are and I can respond to you, which is always nice. But it's totally fine. We can communicate later on. It doesn't have to be right now while I am sharing my strategies. So every morning this week, I'm going to come on for just a short little bit of time and talk about an area that I want to get decluttered at least a little bit. Maybe not entirely, but I want to take care of it at least a little bit. And today's topic, you've probably already seen, is going to be dealing with apps on my phone. And, there is not a great way for me to show this to you. I have it on my other monitor back here, but there's a glare. I messed with lighting and did all kinds of things. Can't really make that better. I hold my phone up and you can kind of see it, but I'll get to that in a second. I want to show you also how I organized the clean sweep this time around. So bear with me today on the kickoff. It's going to be a minute before I get all the way into our declutter for our first task. But I want to show you what I did in Facebook this time to try to organize things and give you exactly what I think that we all need. So let's see if I can bring in a shared window over here. Give me a second to get it. I'm so out of practice. Okay, I think that's yeah, there we go. That's going to be what I want. All right, let's pull that up in. See if I got it. Okay, yeah, I got it. All right, so this is what you see when you log in, I believe, to the Facebook group. Sometimes it looks a little different for me, but I tried going into it as though I am just a participant. So hopefully that helps. And of course, you had the join button. Please feel free to grab the link to this and share it with anybody you think needs to do some decluttering. Any teacher friends or anybody, really. Anybody who has a digital space can probably benefit from the things that I'm going to share. So when you first open and join in, it should take you to the discussion page, the discussion forum, and the first post just kind of goes over what we're going to be doing. And then you're going to see a whole, an introduction post, which I would love for everyone to chime in on the discussion post, and so we can all just say hello to each other. And then I don't really want you to scroll any further on the discussion page, because those are all posts that have now been organized into guides for you this time around. So your go-to area this week, if you want to keep things organized in the Facebook digital space, is probably going to be the guides. So when we go to the guides, you will see, oh, I hope it'll let me. Will it let me? It might not let me go to the guides without logging in. Okay, let me see if I can pull it a different way. Okay, I'm gonna have to I'll have to do it as though it's me logged in. Okay, let me share a different screen. Sorry, hang in there with me for just a minute. All right, let me get a different. Oop. Clicking around. Okay, this one. Pull that in. Perfect. Okay, so again, this one might look just a little different for you, but we're going to go to the guide. All right, and then you're going to see guide 1 is you're getting started. It's the introductions and kind of the plan for how the week is going to go. And you'll notice that in the plan, you're going to get 5 days of challenges, of mini tasks live this week. This is one of them. And they're all going to appear in guide 2. So this is the current 5-day challenge. And each day you'll be able to follow along. So there'll be a little description of what we're doing. And then there will be the live video that's happening right now. In fact, it tells me right here, hey, it's already happening. And when you finish it, if you like that sense of completion, you can mark it done. And so you can mark the video complete after you watch it. And then when your task is done and you've actually done the thing we're going to do that day, you can click the done button on that. And so I love that you can get that sense of accomplishment. And also you can see what's coming on day 2, 3, and 4, and 5. And you can even click the get reminder button so that it will pop up your notifications when I go live if you want to try to catch it in real time. Otherwise, there will always be a replay. The other thing that I did in the guides this time around is I realized that even though I'm only going to dig in on 5 big ideas, there are some things that some of you might want to do and dig deeper on. So I handpicked a few things in certain categories, and I have linked them here for you. These are replays from last year. And so they are in guides as replays. So the first guide, well, it's guide 3 technically, is all about email. So if you want to dig deeper on email, then you've got some replays you can choose from right here. All right. And I chose about 3 or 4, I think, topics. Maybe 5 before, well, 6 maybe. I guess there were 6. I found 6 videos I thought you might want. So there you go. You can take a peek at those if you want to. If you want to do more with your Google Drive, and notice these are optional. These guides are optional. Everything is optional. If you don't want to do any of it, don't do any of it. Don't be here if it's not for you, if the timing is not right. But if you want to dig in on your Google Drive and do a few more things with it, I picked a few videos I thought would be popular. I've got a couple of things that are just general tips and tricks in guide number 5 for you also. So I hope that this week will be good for you. I am expecting it to be good for me. I am going to stop the screen share of that and see if I can get my phone back up and dig in to today's topic, which is dealing with apps, whether you have an iPhone or whether you have a Android. So iOS, Android, matters not. We're going to clean this up a little bit. So I'm going to open up, I'm working on my iPhone. And I know, again, it's going to be really tough to try to see. I'm going to do the best I can to show things and yeah. And I'll talk my way through it so that you can get the idea. But here's the thing. I open up my phone and my oldest son is also a teacher. Some of you might know him, Jared. He taught at Terry Sanford here in Fayetteville for a while. And he looks at my phone and he's like, Mom, you have way too many apps. And I look at him and I'm like, but I use them. However, do I really use them all? No, I don't use them all. That's a fact. I do not use them all. Some of them are very temporary and really don't need to be here anymore. But it's not like I sit here and clean it up all the time either. So when I swipe, I have 4 pages of apps. And so on that very first screen, it's usually the most common things, right? So I've got some, I'm kind of stuck. Okay. I've got some email. There we go. I've got my calendar, some emails, all the typical things, right? The camera, the photos, the weather, your clock, all of these things that, your settings, things that tend to come a lot of times preloaded, right? Things that are important that are preloaded. So other things that I use frequently, I also try to keep out here. So I have my Twitter, that's my tweet deck where I can control multiple accounts. I had Google Meet, which I really don't use that very much anymore. So that might be one that goes today. And then my Google Voice, which allows me to have parents contact me on my phone without me giving them my actual phone number. So that's a handy little tool if you don't have it. Google Voice is a good one to grab. So I also have this area over here. Get it focused in. This shows that there's 3 icons inside it. So that's kind of like a folder of different apps. And it gets a title automatically based on the things that are in it. So these are some things that come with my phone. So the health and the fitness. Now the Fitbit is not. And you know what? I don't even use a Fitbit. I don't even have it anymore. So that's going to be the first thing I get rid of today. Here's how I'm going to do it on the iPhone. And it's very similar on Android. You basically have to kind of get it activated and jiggling or with an X on it. And you do that by kind of long pressing on it and holding. And you could see behind me when I did that, how it popped up like a little menu. And now I have, it's kind of jiggling and I've got some minus signs. So I can hit the minus sign and then I'm asked, okay, what do I want to do with that, right? Do I want to delete the app, remove it from the home screen, or just cancel and leave it alone? It's not an app I'm ever going to use. So I'm going to delete the app completely. I get a warning. Do you really want to delete it? Yes, I'm going to delete that one. And I'm done in that category for the moment. And so on the iPhone, I keep getting stuck. Okay, on the iPhone, I'm going to hit the done button up there. Okay, now I'm not really done. I don't want to delete anything else on the main screen just yet. So you can see here how I have lots and lots of those folders that I was talking about. My son might have a point. Maybe I do have a problem. Maybe I have too many apps, but they're categorized. I have conferences, so apps that are specific to conferences I've been to, because these days most conferences have their own app. I've got education apps, entertainment apps, financial apps, food, photo and video, a category that I call productivity, which is, like just being able to get things done, make documents and do design work and stuff. Reference apps, shopping apps, social media apps, travel maps, all the categories make sense, right? So then the question becomes, how about all of these other little icons that for some reason haven't been categorized at all? Like they're just hanging out there in space. So I've got a little more than, well, I've got about 2 pages, 2 home screens worth of apps that probably need to go other places. So I like playing Candy Crush and I like playing this Woodoku game, but they can go in my entertainment category, right? So I'm going to long press on that and I'm going to drag it. Now it's tricky. You got to drag it over to where you want it. And when you want to go to other screens, you kind of got to get it right over on the edge and hold it. If you've ever tried this before, you know what I'm talking about. And then I'm going to drop it in my entertainment. And I'm going to do the same thing to my Candy Crush. You can kind of see it moving behind me. It's behaving a little better. So I think you have a little bit decent view. Let me drop that in entertainment. And where's my other Candy Crush? Yes, I have 2 versions. Sue me. Everybody has to have some downtime on something, right? So Candy Crush it is for me. All right, let's see. While these are still kind of jiggling around and letting me move them, I see an app that was from a conference. And I probably could delete it, but sometimes you can get back and get information from the conference. So I don't really want to delete it all the way. I'm just going to put it in conferences. All right. Let's see. My teacher Canvas learning management system. That's going to be education. Let's put that in education. Classcraft is also an education app. And I know I saw, let's see, I thought I saw, yeah, there it is, Kahoot. Kahoot is an education app. All right, you can kind of see me moving these. They're moving around behind me. I know it doesn't show great, but you're getting the idea. I'm not going to belabor the point. It's just about you cleaning it up. By the time I'm done, though, all of these, I like to call them dangling, right? These ones that I don't need immediate access to. Now, if it's something I go to literally every single day, first thing, and then multiple times throughout the day, I might not put it in a folder because it might be extra taps that I don't want to have to think about. But the other thing is because the categories have, or because my folders have such good category names to them, it also makes it easy for me to remember where to go and find it, right? So this is my task for today. This is what I'm going to be accomplishing. I'm going to clean up my home screen. And you know what? The next time I go to my phone, later on today, the first time I'll probably have to think of like, where did I put that? But it won't be long before I will be happy because I don't have to swipe to find the things that I'm trying to find. And there's going to be some stuff I just don't even use, that I just don't even need on here anymore. There's this one about human body systems that was an app I thought was going to be good. And, here's a dead giveaway. If it has the cloud symbol under it, if you're on iOS, on your phone, an iPhone, and you have the little cloud symbol, it means you really haven't used it in a while. And if you haven't used it in a while, you probably can get rid of it, right? So I'm going to cancel. It started to download on me automatically. I don't want to download it. I'm going to long press. I'm going to remove this one. I'm going to delete it completely because guess what? If I ever want it again, it's going to be in the App Store. I can go get it. Not a big deal. So these ones that really haven't been used, that's going to be the easy part. I'm just going to get rid of those. Easy peasy, lemon squeezy. I hope you have a good day. I'll be back tomorrow morning with task number 2. And by the end of the week, everything's going to be, a little nicer, a little cleaner. See you tomorrow.